Hello, today on Azure Friday, I have Kylie Liang, PM on the Azure Dev Experience team, and she's going to work with us and walk us through some of the Ansible experience that we have to help configure, manage, and deploy our Azure applications. So, Kylie, what do you want to show us today?
Okay, today I will use Vim skill set for our demo. I will show you as the ops engineer, and I read Ansible playbook. Yep. So that is the concept of infrastructure as code. Okay, I use this Ansible playbook to call Ansible, and Ansible will call Azure REST API and to provision Vim skill set and other stuff such as networking and some resource group, those things for me. So after that, and I will demonstrate, okay, I already have Vim skill set. Then I run another playbook to identify resources and to configure environment for Java application. I install Tomcat on that, and I install Java application.
Okay.
Okay. Once we get that done one day, you want to scale out. So you also could use Ansible playbook to call Ansible again and to and one more instance. So I also will demonstrate to you with my Ansible playbook, and then I could change the instances of Vim skill set from 2 to 3.
Fantastic.
Okay,
so you're going to start 3 steps basically. We're going to start, we're going to deploy our resources, get our environment set up, then we're going to deploy the application.
Yes.
Right? And finally, we're going to scale it out because our business is having a good day.
Yeah,
okay.
You're right.
All right,
okay,
let's see it.
So let's see. Okay, let me open Visual Studio Code. We already implemented Ansible extension here, so it is easy to write your playbook and execute that. By the way, I am trying to use the latest Ansible version, 2.6.
Okay.
I'm using the RC2 version, so the official release maybe will be out by end of this month, like that. So I set up that environment in my remote Linux machine.
Okay.
So you can see I have playbook, and I want to run that in my remote virtual machine. Okay. Let me show you how to do this. I already created one, so let me change the name. Okay. Then you could see run Ansible playbook remotely.
Okay.
And type, and this is my host, remote host. This is a new feature based on what we know from customer. At the past, we just help you upload one file to your remote machine, but sometimes you have a bunch of files and need to define some dependencies. So currently you could create the whole workspace to the remote machine.
All right.
Okay, so it will take 1 or 2 minutes to create the whole virtual machine scale set. The good thing is I already prepared one.
All right.
So you could see Azure Friday Vim scale set here. So we can move to the step 2.
Okay, now we're going to deploy our app.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So you could see I have another one. This one, it will use Vim scale set resource group and to get some example Java application and configure Tomcat environment and deploy that application to that, to Vim scale set. Okay. So the same, let me run this playbook in remote virtual machine. And yes. Okay, it is running. And I also would like to maybe take 1 minute to introduce some functionality of our Ansible extension to you. I should you could run your playbook in remote machine, and you also could run playbook in Cloud Shell.
Okay.
Yes, it is true. Cloud Shell supports Ansible.
Great. I love Cloud Shell.
Okay. Yeah, that is very easy. You just open one page and run anything you want. Okay. You also could run Ansible playbook in your local environment. And you also could run that in Docker.
It's really nice how you've got that all set up right there within the context menu of Visual Studio Code, and makes it a lot easier for giving choices to how you want to, how do you run things.
And one more thing. since the Visual Studio Code, that is a coding environment, right? So we added some authoring capability. Let me just try something here. We have some modules, and you could just type something, then you could see.
Right.
So that could help you auto-complete what and code snipped into your example. If I just say, I don't know how to write ACS, so I just correct this one, you could see all parameters are listed here. Perfect. You just fill in the parameter. Yep. By the way, we implemented this functionality for all modules supported by Ansible, not just for Azure.
Great.
So have a try.
Great, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so you could see the progress here. He started to copy application.
Okay. Oh, okay. And we just finished. Great timing. All right.
Great timing. So let us see.
So we have our application. We have our infrastructure. We have our application.
Yes.
Okay.
It works.
It works. Great.
Okay, that is our example project. And last one. Okay, so you could see we already set up the environment and deploy the application. Then let us try scale out the instance.
Okay.
So go to scale out, and I will change the number from 2 instances to 3 instances.
Okay.
The same, I could directly do the same thing, or I already copied the whole stuff to my remote machine, so I could just change the name and run the command. That works.
That's it.
Yeah, and go back to our dashboard, and maybe take some minutes. Oh, okay, you could see the change from 2 to 3. So maybe 1 or 2 minutes, then you could see the number 3 instance there.
Great.
Okay,
Great.
so that is what I wanted to show you.
All right, so it seems like Ansible is pretty complete, has some pretty complete integration with a lot of services across Azure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good question. I should show our roadmap to you. Ansible is an open source project, and you could go, firstly, you could go to our landing page and see the latest features and guidance here.
Some good tutorials, get started. Great.
Yeah.
All right.
And we already delivered some modules for virtual machine skill set, and Azure Capability Service, the functions. You could find those things from the GitHub. And here I would like to show you, we also published our roadmap here. For the future, we also would like to deliver dynamic inventory for VM skill set. That means you could just use inventory plugin to identify VM skill set resource information. And we also would like to deliver new modules for web app scenario and big data scenarios.
Fantastic.
So that is current roadmap. Okay. So if you have some feedback and if you want to have some new things, just join our IRC meeting or email us or just raise one GitHub issue. And then we could talk.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I appreciate you coming by to show us all the great things that we can do with Ansible. It was great to see that full complete from provisioning the infrastructure, deploying the app, and then even being able to just scale it out and seeing how Ansible is a complete tool as its integration with your application in Azure.
Yes.
So thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. And today we've been learning all about Ansible with Azure on Azure Friday.